Hey, welcome tonight, guys. Super excited to be with you tonight. Jonathan Stringer here for those of you guys who are joining me for the first time tonight. As you can see from the title, we got a really great topic to discuss tonight. The key or the secret to having a killer 90-day blitz. All right, and so any of you guys who are familiar with Eric Worre, are familiar with any of his teachings, generally one of the first things that people become aware of are the 90-day blitz trainings that he does. And so what I want to go over is really just the secret to, maybe you've done it in the past, maybe you're thinking about doing it, and I just want to go over what would be the secret or the key to having a super productive, abnormally just blow your socks off, make you just go, oh my gosh, because it was so great for you guys. That type of key, that type of secret to your 90-day blitz. All right, guys? So if you are wanting like a detailed training, you're wanting to really know, oh, what is a 90-day blitz? How do I plan it out? How do I execute it? All those different things. Honestly and truthfully, go to YouTube and type in 90-day blitz Eric Worre. You're going to you're going to find just videos of it, but he's got his specific. You go to his channel, type in Eric Worre GoPro. I believe that's his channel. But he's got his it's a 5-part video series. Not super long. I want to say each video is around 10 minutes. So, you're not hours and hours of training. But for the detailed, in-depth explanation as to how you execute a 90-day blitz, it's off the charts with how much he accomplishes in really just a few short minutes on each video. All right, guys? So I want you to imagine for a moment, okay? I just want you guys to imagine. Go with me to a place. You're sitting down. You guys imagine heading out to a football game, okay? And for those of you from Europe, I'm sorry. I'm not talking soccer, okay? And not like football with your feet. American football with the pads, the helmet, all that fun, the rough and tumble, all that great stuff, okay, guys? And so, no Messi. I'm sorry. But imagine you're sitting down in the stands, you've got your hot dog, you've got your drink, you're stoked, you're just going to watch the game. You're there before the teams even come out. All right, so all the music's playing, the crowd's going a little crazy, getting excited for this big game. And you start seeing people walk out, all right? These guys, they're going out. They're massive. I'm talking 6'6", 6'8", 280 pounds, solid muscle. You're sitting up halfway in the bleachers and you can see the abs through their jersey, okay? Like, these guys are just shredded, all right? Solid muscle, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I didn't think I've ever seen people this big, all right? And all of a sudden, you see this guy walk out. He's 6'1", maybe you could say he's 150 pounds, soaking wet, all right? After eating at a buffet, too. Honestly, like, when you see him come out, you're like, dude, what are you doing? Like, why are you even walking out on the field? There's no way you're playing with them. If you're lucky, you'll dodge one, maybe two of them, but you're gonna get clobbered. You're gonna die. Like, don't do this. And so, like, you're sitting there and you're like, oh my gosh, like that's insane, all right? And so that's the differences there. That is how I see this element, okay, of the 90-day blitz. That is how I see this pertaining to a normal night. You can do a 90-day blitz without this key ingredient, and it's kind of like walking on the field, 6'1", 150, okay, and playing against guys that are massive, huge monsters, okay? That's how important of a concept that this one key part is, all right? And so what's that key part? What is it called? It's called the pre-launch, all right? And Eric Worre goes over this in his videos as well, and he talks about the importance of the pre-launch. He says it is probably one of the most important parts to the whole scenario in itself, all right? And so many people, when they're wanting to do a 90-day blitz, they're super excited. They're just like, I'm going to go start now. I'm jumping into it now. Let's go. and they don't stop to think about the period of time before the 90-day blitz, all right? And when I say pre-launch, I'm not using this as an excuse for procrastination. This isn't a, I'm doing a pre-launch and, all you're really doing is reading books and going out and seeing movies and stuff. That's not a pre-launch, okay? A pre-launch is when you take and you start talking to people and you start letting everybody know, okay? If any of you guys, I'm just, in Eric Worre's concept, he says if you're part-time and you're doing a 90-day blitz, you're working 8 hours a day on your network marketing business. If you're full-time, you're doing 16 hours a day, all right? That's what a blitz is. Now, a pre-launch, you aren't necessarily putting in that 8 hours a day status, okay? You aren't doing that per se, but you're taking that time to contact people. You're letting people, calling them up, saying, hey, this is what I'm doing. I want you to understand that at the end of this pre-launch, we are starting this blitz. It is go time. From there, these are our goals, and paint a picture for them, okay, guys? That's the pre-launch, is going out and talking with people. Eric talks about the fact that at a pre-launch, that's when you're going to do the majority of your sponsoring, the majority of your getting teammates activated again, all right? And not in like you're going to hold them by the hand, baby step them, but if you can paint a picture for people, if you can say, hey, this is what we're doing, are you in or are you out? All right? That's a very powerful statement. Are you in or are you out? People are going to look at you. They're going to see the excitement, the motivation that you have, and just everything that's resonating about you. And they're going to say, I want to go where you're going. I'm following you. And they're going to sit there and they're going to join you, whether they're just jumping into the business or whether they've been in, haven't really done it, kind of, I'm buying the product. How many of you guys, okay, if you're in a product company or even a service company, okay, maybe you're in travel or you're health and wellness. Somebody's taking the product, they're taking the shake, or they're going on the travel trips for the discounts, and they're saying, I'm doing it. They're not really doing it. They're using the product. That's not doing it. They're being a great customer. They're being a great teammate maybe, but they're not doing it, all right? This pre-launch stage can get people out of that. And it can get people that you're going to talk to and get them into going with you. All right? Let's put it this way, guys. If I was coming to you and I said, hey guys, guess what? I'm going to start this blitz in 2 weeks. This is what I'm going to do. This is how great it's going to be. We're going to be going, all out. I'm planning on putting some amazing volume into the company, into the team. You can be with me, and that way we can work together, get it put down on your team. That way we can all be benefiting from this. You can make some money, and we're just going to build a huge team together. And these are our visions. These are our goals. You're going to get fired up. You're going to say, oh my gosh, I want to do what Jonathan's doing. But if I come to you and I say, hey, so 2 weeks ago we started this thing, it's a big blitz. We're doing pretty great. We're going to do some amazing things. You're already turned off because you're saying, I missed the bus. I missed my chance. I'm not there. That was 2 weeks ago. And not everybody thinks like this, guys, but a lot of people do. They're going to say, you already started it. I've missed it. I'm not going to be as prominent. I'm not going to be as important of a focus. But if you can talk to people beforehand, it's like that scarcity. They get into that, oh my gosh, it's exclusiveness. I get to go with you on this 90-day blitz. Wow, that's amazing. And so they get stoked. They get excited to go with you on that. All right, guys? That's the key to a 90-day, to a pre-launch, or not a 90-day, I'm sorry, a pre-launch, all right, is taking it and really painting that picture for people, painting them in the picture as well, all right, and saying, this is what we're doing Are you with me? Because if you are, let's link arms and let's go. And you'll be amazed at how many people are receptive to that. How many people are excited about that. And they'll look at you and they'll say, wow, I want to follow you. All right? Now again, this is, it's the pre-launch. You can go on and do a 90-day blitz. All right? And a 90-day blitz is great. Don't get me wrong. I am all about action. I'm all about imperfect action because you'll correct yourself along the way. But if you know ahead of time that you need to do a pre-launch phase, because it will make your blitz so much bigger. Imagine trying to, the easiest way to explain this, guys, is imagine yourself trying to go and pick up, a car on your own, all right? Or push the car up the hill. We've all heard this analogy with network marketing, okay? You're trying to push the car up the hill. It's not easy to do. All right, I've pushed a car not really up a hill, like down the road, and it's kind of difficult to get yourself started. Okay, now get it going up a hill. It's going to be nearly impossible for you to do by yourself. But if you can enlist some friends and get some family there together and you guys push it together, how much more powerful of a push are you going to have? How much more powerful of a momentum are you going to be able to build? And that's the same thing with your 90-day blitz. As you are working together, you'll see momentum start. It'll be that snowball effect. It'll just start rolling and rolling, and you'll be amazed at how much more traction you gain by having the teammates go along with you, by helping other people see that vision, so you're not trying to push that car up by yourself. All right? Now, a big question that everybody always asks is, how long does a pre-launch cycle last? I want to do my 90-day blitz, Jonathan. I want to do it. And I understand. I first time I ever heard about a 90-day blitz, I was chomping at the bits. I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it next week. I think I actually mentioned that on a video last week. Maybe Monday. I think I did. And I had not yet. The very next day was whenever I went and started listening to Eric Worre's trainings, and I started diving in, because if I'm going to take the action, I'm going to dive in, learn everything I can in the short amount of time as possible, and at that point, I'm just going to explode into action. Well, I was like, okay, I'm going to absorb everything I can, and all of a sudden, Eric is sitting there talking about the importance of this pre-launch phase, and I was like, whoa, I didn't realize how important that could be. All right? So a lot of people wonder how long should their pre-launch be? And I say, okay, Eric says the longer the better. And you also have to juggle that with, this isn't to say you don't go and say, I'm going to pre-launch for 10 years and then I'll launch a 90-day blitz. That's not the longer the better. That's not how he means that, okay? But the way I want to describe it to you is you need to juggle two things. You want a long enough pre-launch cycle that you can touch, that you can expose, that you can reach out to as many people as you can, all right, that you want to. Okay, if you think about it this way, guys, again, the car analogy, how many people would you like to help you push that car up the hill? Would you reach out to one, or would you rather try to reach out to 100? And it's up to you. Now you need to juggle the amount of people you want to get in contact with your ability to stay motivated and focused on the goal at hand. All right? And I know a lot of us, we want to say, oh my gosh, I can stay motivated. I'm in it till the end. I will never give up. And that's true for a lot of us. Okay? But we all suffer discouragement. And if you're in a pre-launch cycle for too long, and you're not all of a sudden just taking that all-out action to gain that traction and build a huge response, then you're going to have issues. And so you need to balance it with your ability to stay motivated. All right, guys? And if you can do that, if you can stay motivated, then by all means, go for 3 months, 4 months for a pre-launch. That's up to you. I personally think the best time range may be a month or two. All right? I think a month or two, especially when you're newer, or maybe you don't have this giant team to help you sustain your momentum, sustain your desire, and just your motivation. I say a month or two, because that gives you enough time to reach out to people, really start to build that team in, build your inner circle, as Eric calls it, and then all of a sudden you just blast off at the end of that. It allows you to keep your vision in mind, and you're able to say, oh, I remember, say 2 weeks into it, you start getting a little, oh my goodness, like this is a lot of work. You can say, well, in 2 weeks, that's when I start my blitz. And at the end of that blitz, oh my gosh, it's going to be heaven. All right? It helps you stay focused. Helps you stay in the game a little longer, a lot like a system, okay? And I'm going to repeat it one more time, because there's some of you who are newer, who want to do a 90-day launch, or who just don't know much about the 90-day launch process. And I say a month to 2 months is I think it's the key, the perfect area for anybody who does not have a giant team to carry the momentum on for a longer period of time. All right, guys? I know that if you can go and if you can implement this pre-launch to the extent that you want to, that your dreams are going to carry you to do, you're going to see results like you've never thought possible. Your 90-day blitz, whatever you think is possible now, you implement a pre-launch period into it and you actually work during that, you're going to blow your mind with the results that you're going to get, guys. It is absolutely crazy to see, what happens when we really put our mind to something. All right? And so just to give you guys a little heads up on what I'm doing, I'm actually doing, just like I mentioned last week, I'm doing a 90-day blitz. But after listening to Eric Worre's coaching and after listening to a couple of different things that I've learned about this process, I'm doing a pre-launch cycle. And my cycle is actually going until the end of this month. Okay, I've got a big company event going on at the end of this month. That's where I'm going, is just 1 month of a pre-launch cycle. And I'm going to focus on really talking to people, reaching out to people. Like I said, I just wanted to expose everybody I can, because I'd rather have 100 people help me push the car up the hill than be by myself. And that's where I was putting myself. When I told myself I was going to start today originally, if I would have done that, I'd been pushing the car by myself essentially. Okay? And that's not to say anything bad about anybody that does it on their own. I'd like to help myself out. I don't want to do all that work on my own. All right? So I'm doing a 1 month pre-launch experience. And with my 90-day blitz, I've got actually some ambitious goals. I want to be throwing in $35,000 in volume into my company. All right. I want to be developing leaders. I want to help 10 different people to make $1,300 a month at the end of a 90-day blitz. All right. And then I want to be helping even more than that, earn an extra $400. It's really simple. That's the way you guys make a goal. That's how you guys set goals for your blitz. All right? And so I don't want anybody to feel like, oh, Jonathan's trying to take me from my company. I want you guys to say, if you're happy with your company, if you've got leaders, if you've got mentors that are helping you on your way to the top, I want you to stay there, and I want you to do what you're doing to the best of your ability. I want you to lock arms with your leader, listen to them, plug into what they're teaching, because that is huge. All right, guys? But if there's any of you who are maybe thinking about getting into network marketing, any of you who joined something but realized, well, I don't really have the support and the mentorship that I thought I would have, reach out to me. If nothing else, if you love your product, I'd love to at least help you get started on your 90-day blitz. But if not, I'd love for maybe us to talk about the possibility of us working together. You could maybe be one of those 10. All right? Be one of the extras that are making $400 a month, $500, $600. I've got a huge goal and a huge vision for this 90-day blitz, guys. And I just wanted to let everybody know, but also give you some fantastic training. All right? Again, the pre-launch portion of your 90-day blitz will be the key. It will take your 90-day blitz and put it on steroids. All right, guys, I'm already seeing the fruits of that just in my first couple of days. I hope you guys can go out, create the income, create the dreams, create the experiences that you want to create. All right, lock arms with whoever you can and make your way to the top. Push that car, because as soon as you get it over the top of the mountain, it is just going to go and go and go, and you will not be able to explain the happiness and the joy that it brings you to have pushed that car up the mountain in the first place. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. Thank you guys for hopping on, taking part of your night. Hope you guys have a wonderful night, and I hope you guys share this.